So episode 3, UK gang. Our next guest is JT. He is a Warzone player, plays Rebirth mainly. I think it's the only thing he plays at the moment. I think he said over 1,400 wins. Right up there with all the big dogs. Is a great vibe to watch. His streams are amazing. His community is off the charts. Really cool. So I'm going to bring him in and he can tell you all about it. So get a little bit of hype in that chat. Let's fucking go. And let's get to it. All right, let's get him in. Big J.
Big Adsy, how are you doing, bro?
I'm good, mate. How are you?
I'm very well. Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
Mate, it's my pleasure.
Very excited to chat.
It's my pleasure. Wait, how did you come up with the name JT? Is your actual name Jay or?
So my name is Josh Turner. So my initials are JT.
Mm-hmm.
To be fair, when I started Twitch, that was one thing that I was never really going to keep was JayTeeee16. I didn't really like it. It's been my social media handle since I was like a young teenager. And it was I kind of just sort of had it temporarily with intentions to change it, but I think it's just here to stay now, really.
Yeah. And well, I mean, the ladies in the chat want to know: is that your real voice?
I don't know why people always and the thing is, I see Laura talking about my accent, like she's from the UK as well. I understand some of my like some of my American friends, like when I was in the States, like I felt like a celebrity because everyone just loved the accent, but I don't get what the hype is. I don't have an accent.
When I was in the States, everyone would always ask me, "Am I from England?" I always go that.
They always get Australians and English people confused, don't they?
But then I would swear, and they'd be like, "No, he's Aussie." To just say something really fucked up.
Love that.
It's I mean, it comes with being a tradie too. Like you tend to swear a lot because you tend to hurt yourself a lot. And being a mechanic, life can get pretty frustrating. So we take it out. We can't take it out on the cars, so we scream it out at the top of our lungs.
Love that.
That's it. All right, dude. Well, look, I mean, a lot of people in my community know who you are, and a lot of them, have seen your streams or they follow you or whatever. But for those who don't know you, you want to give yourself a little bit of an intro and tell us all about yourself?
Yeah. Okay. So I'm JT or Josh, whatever you really fancy calling me. I'm 23 years old. I'm from South London originally. I've just graduated from university in Brighton with a degree in business management and marketing. And before I sort of dive into a career, I've been enjoying full-time streaming temporarily, and I'm having a lot of fun doing it.
Yeah.
Warzone is at the moment Warzone's all I play. Rebirth is all I play, but I need that to change really soon. I'm ready for a new game. I'm so ready for a new game right now. But
yeah,
I'm also scared. What I love about being in your channel is you can play any game and your community will still be there. I fear that when I do move to a new game, my numbers will significantly drop and people are only there to watch me play Rebirth. Like my community is a Call of Duty community. That's what I'm concerned about.
Yeah, I mean, like a lot of the guys that I play with as well are the same. So a lot of my streaming friends who I game with, like Obliterator, Holty, Rav, all those guys, they're all big Warzone players. They're all fantastic at the game. You know, they're all top of the top, similar to yourself. And like the reason people go in there is either to, watch the gameplay, learn how to play the game better, or just, vibe out with someone who's more experienced with maps and stuff like that. When you do jump spots and things and people are like, oh my God, I didn't know that. That's why they watch you, you know what I mean?
Right.
But I think you'll find that the loyal people in your chat, the ones that I see there every single time I go in, no matter what you're streaming, they'll follow you. So you don't have to worry about that too much. Like I started streaming Warzone as well, originally. Yeah. Not as good at the game as you. You're a fucking beast.
Silly.
But for me, it's like it was just a game I really enjoyed playing. So I thought, if I enjoy playing it, why don't I just stream it? And that was sort of how I started.
Yeah.
But
me too.
But the thing was as well, like it's hard for me because I'm such a dude. I can't multitask. Like I can't play a game that full on and chat at the same time and concentrate. Like I find it very difficult, especially when you
Yeah.
get into like like a gunfight and you're really into it. You kind of forget the
Right.
chat's there sometimes.
Chat gets me killed all the time, bro. All the time.
It's just like, you know what I mean? But so I sort of veered away from it. When I started getting more viewers and stuff, I veered away from it and started playing different things and doing different things. And
Yeah.
I think for me, I'm lucky that my chat can come in here and we can just vibe just talking
Yeah.
a lot. So I do a
Absolutely,
lot
I
of
love it.
I do a lot of chatting streams because like same as why we're doing a podcast, I just talk a lot. I have a problem. It's like word vomit. I can't help
Oh,
myself.
that's a good
It's
problem
just
to have, though.
it's just the way it is. But so I found my niche in that. So I think what you have to do is you just have to try new things, and I'm sure you'll find something else that you like.
Yeah. No, I will. I'm looking forward to some new games coming out for sure. Some ones I'm excited for.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've got a 24-hour stream coming up, probably on Sunday actually.
Yeah. I'm keen to
That
do that.
I need to plan for, but I'm kind of scared because I haven't got any other games that I want to play, and I can't sit there and play Rebirth for 24 hours. I'll go
You'll fry
absolutely
yourself, dude.
crazy. I'll
Like
go crazy.
I've seen people play Warzone for 24 hours, 36 hours, whatever it might be. I honestly, but the thing is, it takes them days to recover. Like, do you know what I mean? Days to recover.
Sometimes, by the way, this is changing the subject. How and why are there some old clips from?
So
my channel
it
appearing?
pulls random clips. So
Okay.
anything that's been clipped in your channel ever, it will pull from.
Right.
So
say because the first one that came up on the screen just then was like from way back in the day when I didn't even have like it was just like it was literally my webcam and that was it. I was like, whoa, I've not seen this
Yeah.
in months. Where are you getting this? Where are you
Dude,
getting this from?
I've jumped into people's chats and they have the same thing. They give a shout out for me, and I see something from like when I was playing on Xbox. Like,
Yeah.
do you know what I mean? Like, I started playing on Xbox just like with my PC hooked up to Streamlabs. Like, I didn't have a computer or anything, and I was just
Right.
I had like a laptop and and I used the webcam on the laptop, and like I was using my headset mic. Like, I didn't know the fuck what I was doing. Like, I was just like, playing the game with my mates. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? But then all of a sudden I was like, you know what? If I'm going to get this properly, I want to actually, and I've always wanted a good PC. So I went out and actually forked the money out and bought a nice PC because I was
me
like,
too.
I'm doing this. Like, I'm doing it 100% or 0. And that's just the way I am as a person. It's either everything's 100% or everything, I just can't be bothered. So it's one or the other. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
The guys in the chat would like you to say bottle of water. Don't.
Listen, so there's two like there's the way that my mum would want me to say it, where I pronounce my words, or there's like the South London accent in me that will just sort of say it like bottle of water is how I'd say it, but my mum would want me to say a bottle of water, and pronounce my words.
Yeah. So it's like
Do not pronounce it, Laura says.
it's like a conflicting thing. It's like I know how to say it, but I don't want to say it like that.
Oh, my mum's always telling me that I'm not saying my words properly, but
Yeah.
it's just the South London in me.
Well, I understand that being Australian, we abbreviate everything. So
Yeah,
like I went to school and I got an education and I know how to speak correctly, but sometimes you just can't be bothered and you just say things ridiculous.
Absolutely. 100%.
Like the kind of ways I speak with my mates and the kind of ways I speak to like customers is completely different. There's no-
Yeah, 100%.
like my mates
If I'm
be
meeting
like,
someone's
"What the fuck?"
parents, I'll be a bit I'll try and pronounce my words a little bit more. But if I'm talking to the boys like I am now, then I'm a bit more relaxed,
Yeah, 100%. Well, that's what it is. So when it comes to streaming, like you obviously get a real kick out of it, right? Because like I can see it in your face
absolutely.
when you're streaming
Absolutely.
how happy it makes you. It's the same for me. Like it's fun.
Crazy. It blows my head every day. Like, I'm extremely blessed and grateful to be in the position that I'm in. Like, I never thought I would get to the stage where I recently hit 1,000 followers. Never ever thought I'd get there.
Yeah, we were just having that conversation before. Like all of us hit 1,000 followers within the same week.
It's crazy. Yeah. Look, what's crazy is that I don't know what it's over the last sort of few months. I've been following. I don't know why. Like my recommended page is full of Aussies, and
Yeah.
I followed all you guys, and you guys are all like mutual friends. So it's just all like I'm just sort of joining the Aussie community, and I love it. I love you guys.
It groups us together. When in the Warzone community is just like because all the top OCE Aussie players are all the big, like they're not the biggest streamers, because obviously the Americans are the biggest streamers, but the Aussie guys seem to get like, they're in the mid range, sort of between partner and affiliate. You know what I mean? So it's all like
Yeah,
40
yeah.
to 50 viewers each, or whatever it might be, or maybe more, and they all play together. So you get the recommendeds from each of those people. So all you have to do is follow one of us, and you get all of us.
And then
Like,
yeah.
do you know what I
I
mean?
see you.
So
Yeah.
it's funny how many people I don't realize I'm following. Like,
But I love mutual friend. I love the whole concept of mutual friends, because I'll go into someone's chat and someone random, and I might see like you in there, and I'm like, oh wow, like I didn't know that you knew this person, and it's all a big community vibe, and I love it. So I love Twitch is just an amazing place.
yeah, 100%. It's I mean, like you said, you're in between work or whatever you might be doing with careers and stuff. It's
Yeah.
it's something you can do in the meantime that's gonna make you happy.
Oh, absolutely. And if anything, I just regret not starting sooner, because I've always had a love for playing video games. I've actually had my PC, like the PC I'm using now, I've actually had for 3-4 years now as well. So I could have done it, but
Yeah.
I remember having the conversation with some of my close real life friends about 8 months ago about whether I should start streaming or not. And I was very 50-50 on it. I really didn't know if I should or not. And I'm so glad I did now. I can see myself doing it. Yeah, even if it's like a part-time thing in the future, but I can see myself doing it for as long as I possibly can, to be honest.
Yeah, I'm the same. Like for me, like a lot of the guys in the chat know, I have my own business in mechanics. So
Yeah.
I fix cars for a living, and that at the moment for me is obviously standstill because of COVID. So that's why I've been able to be doing like more streaming. Because normally I would only stream like maybe 5 times a week, but now I'm doing 6 times a week. But I'm doing streams that are like 8 to 10 hours a day.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Before I was doing like 4 hours and go, 4 hours and go, because I didn't have time and I couldn't, my sleeping pattern is already a mess as it is, as you know.
Me too.
I'm in your stream at like 3
no,
a.m.
I know. Sometimes later as well.
Yeah, it's like the other morning when I came into your chat after we raided, it was like 5 in the morning, dude. And I was just like, what is going on? Like, I don't know what's wrong with me.
You're not the only one of my Aussie friends who because I usually start streaming about 6 my time, which is late for you guys. So, and I always got all you Aussies in my chat, and I really appreciate you all.
No, look, the Aussie community is real cool. Like everyone is
real cool.
Everyone loves each other. It's fun.
Yeah, I know. I love it.
So look, you spoke a little bit there about previous gaming and how you gamed. Where did it start for you? What was the game that got you hooked to gaming, and why do you game? What do you get out of it?
Oh wow. First ever game. Oh, I've been gaming since I can remember, like ages and ages ago. My first Call of Duty was Call of Duty 2. My parents were always kind of hot on, like, I know some kids these days, I see like 8-9-year-old kids playing like GTA and stuff. Like I was never really allowed to be playing the 15 and the 18 plus games when I was young, but
Yeah.
I can't remember how old I was how old I would have been when COD 3 came out, but I remember I probably did well in some results at school or something, and managed to convince my parents to allow me to play. And I still remember. I don't know if anyone's ever played Call of Duty 3.
Yeah.
It was kind of a campaign. It wasn't like a multiplayer COD. It was more like a campaign COD.
Yeah.
I still remember the first. I'm pretty sure that was the first sort of my first ever experience of playing Call of Duty. Was the first mission on COD 3, where you're in the graveyard and you hop over the wall.
Yeah.
You remember that?
I remember that. Yeah.
And I remember just from that moment, I've been hooked on Call of Duty. I played every single Call of Duty since.
Yeah.
That's been my main game, but I play everything. I love gaming. I would say I've always been pretty decent at gaming as well. Any game that I sort of put time into, I'll tend to be reasonably good at. Not the best, but
Yeah.
better than average for sure. And
Competitive nature, I guess.
yeah, definitely. Oh, very competitive.
Yeah. Well, we all have to be to play this game anyway, don't we?
No, 100%.
If you're not competitive, like it's very difficult to get into it.
That's why sometimes rebirth is very challenging, because there's only so many poor games you can have in a row with my competitive nature that I can stay in a positive mood.
And you know what? It's so important to stay in a vibed mood and a positive mood. If you're having a bad time, you just have to get off. Like you can't bring it back with a win because you can't get the win because you're having a bad time. So it's like,
Yeah, I 100% agree.
you play bad if you're in a bad mindset, I find, because you're always just pushing for it and you're just like, you know what, I wasn't prepared to do that. I made a mistake, but you don't realize you're making mistakes because you're mad. Like,
Right. And I'd say that before I started streaming, I used to be on my real friends will tell you that I'm very guilty for, not anymore as such, but maybe 3 or 4 years ago when I was a bit younger, I was a big rager. Like I'm a big rager on games. I'm so competitive that
yeah,
it brought the worst out of me. And if I'm having a bad time, people would know about
it
it.
shows. Yeah.
And that was one of the factors that sort of pushed me away from thinking about streaming in the first place, because I didn't want to be like that on stream. But I feel like I'm doing okay, and I try and keep it upbeat as possible, even if I am getting destroyed. You know.
Yeah, I understand that. And like, I'm pretty competitive when it comes to gaming too. Like, I've always been like that. Like, even if it's a solo campaign game, I want to be the best at it. I want to get through it in the hardest mode. Like, do you know what I mean? It's always like, I was a massive Doom fan, and I used to play that game relentlessly. Yeah.
Doom's a good game.
And that game is challenging. Like, that is one of those games that is like, you really have to fucking concentrate and you have to be on the game. There's no chill in that game. Like, there's no rest points. Like, it's just mental the whole time.
Stress.
Yeah, it's just
stress,
like, and you, like, the ammo is so like hard to come by, and you just literally use every bullet, every gunfight. It's just insane.
You're sitting there just shaking, shaking, just trying to play the
I went from that kind of stuff to Call of Duty, and then Call of Duty was like, it's different, but it's the same, like in some aspects. Whereas like, for me, it all started for me when Call of Duty started. Modern Warfare 2 was the game that I loved the best. Like, that was the game that I vibed
Modern Warfare 2?
Yeah,
Modern Warfare 2, the best ever, probably the best game I've ever played. Best Call of Duty for sure, and one of the best games I've ever played. It was just
like, the maps were perfect. Like,
the guns are perfect.
The guns were all balanced. Like, the amount of banter you got from people, opponents, whether it be in the pre-game lobby or like, you know, in a death com. Like, it was the funniest shit you've ever had. Like, oh my god, it was so fun, dude. And you know what?
I was a part of those.
You could say whatever you wanted in a COD lobby, and no one would be surprised. But if you said it in real life, you get arrested. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, but it was so fun. Like, I used to play with all my mates after work, and it used to be like anyone could play and have fun. It wasn't like it is now, whereas like if you're not playing like since day one, you suck. Do you know what I mean? And it's just very hard to get into because you're just always getting killed. Like, there's no way as a gamer, if you start playing Call of Duty now, that I don't think you'll enjoy it. Like, I think it would be one of those things that you'll just real struggle with.
You can't be a small fish in this big pond anymore. You have to be a substantially sized fish these days, you know?
It never used to be like that. Literally, any person could log on, pick a controller up and have a laugh. And like, it was always fun no matter what, because I mean,
everything's so sweaty these days. Everything.
Yeah, exactly. You play enough games, you get enough wins, you get put in those diamond lobbies every time. Like, there's no bot lobbies, is there?
Oh, like, no.
I was coming across demons.
The game punishes you for being good at the game. Like, for being above average, the game punishes you and say, "Oh, here's the hardest lobbies that we can possibly find for you."
Yeah.
And it's draining sometimes for sure.
I find sometimes when I play with a lot of the boys who have really high KDs, like, you get lobbies like that, but then every now and again you'll get a lobby with a whole bunch of people who've never played, and it'll just be like
every so often.
It looks it's like cyberbullying, man. Like, the way that, like, I've seen so sometimes I play with the guys like Rav Actual and Mastro, right?
Yeah, I know Rav.
You see them on the leaderboard. Mastro is probably just above you, like, on the leaderboard, and Rav's just like sort of even pegging, I believe.
Well, yeah, the way I met Rav was actually he's literally right next to me in the world leaderboards, and he's got TTV in his name, so I actually went and searched him up and was just like, "Hey, by the way, bro, like, I'm right next to you in the leaderboards." You know,
That's it. It's so cool. So. And so I play with those guys. Like, those guys, Mastro's KD's 5.1, right?
Mad.
And Rav's is 4.5 or something. Like, it's mental. Mine is like 1.5, if that. Like, it's not fantastic.
Still very good.
But
still very good though.
When I play with those guys, skill-based matchmaking just puts us in every crazy lobby. So we end up just exit lagging to other places so we can play against people who are not as good, but we'll play on higher ping, right?
Yeah.
But then we get into a match where like the lobby is like just absolute garbage, and Rav does this thing where he just literally bullies kids. Like he'll like shoot the wall next to them, jump behind them, and execute them.
Yeah,
Like just stuff like that. It's just
That's
and
what yeah.
I just feel like and I just think of that kid and just think he must have just rage quit and thrown his Xbox off the fucking balcony. Like, just like he's like,
It's the last time they're ever going to be playing Call of Duty again.
so you're actually doing yourself a disservice. You're actually getting all the new people out of the game by shitting on them so hard. Do you know what I mean? So like
they've only got themselves to blame. Like the Call of Duty have only got them. Like there never used to be this kind of skill-based matchmaking in the games, and they just used to be. Sometimes you'd get some sweats in the lobbies, and sometimes you'd get someone's uncle who's never played the game before.
Yeah.
In your lobbies, but it was all just chance. But whereas now it's like it's so filtered that it's like every game is harsh skill-based matchmaking, and yeah,
Well, and
I don't know. I don't like it.
That's why for a 24-hour stream, you can't be playing it the whole time.
Absolutely not.
Like,
absolutely not.
When I did my 24-hour streams, I played it for maybe like 5 hours. Like that was enough. Like normally we'd play like 5-6 hours, right? But if you've been streaming for 18 hours already, that 5 hours is a long fucking time. Like, so like
100%.
When I did the last 24-hour stream, I did 14 hours of interviews with different streamers and like promoting those streams, right? And that was sort of what I wanted to do because I'd set all that up. Like I had a schedule set out and all of everything. We had breaks, we had talks and all that. But the trick I found, which made me like really enjoy it, is that every now and again, just take 20 minutes. All right. If you have to put up a video that you've made or anything, or you can bring someone in from Discord to chat to the chat for 20 minutes or whatever you need to do, like bringing the mods in for a discussion or something, like anything you can think of that can give you a 20-minute break. All right. You've still done a 24-hour stream. You haven't gone to sleep. Like, but you can give that time, go have a coffee. All right. Go sit down somewhere and just breathe for a minute, have a shower, do whatever you got to do to like bring yourself back. Because if you're constantly doing this right now for 24 hours, I can guarantee you the last 8 hours is going to be way harder than anything you've ever had to do.
And I think I really am underestimating a 24-hour stream. I've had a lot of people tell me to stay away from 24-hour streams and stuff, and it's real tough. But it's something that I was on about 700 followers, like not even a month ago. And I was just like, oh yeah, maybe, when I get to 1,000 followers, I'll do a 24-hour stream, not really thinking too much about it. And then suddenly, like in this last month, I've got like almost 400 followers. It's been mad.
Yeah.
And now we're here, and I've got to keep my promise,
Well, I've been the same, dude. Like this has been like the most growth I've had on Twitch ever.
Yeah.
And it's
mad.
Every day is a different day. Like it's all insane. Like, and I've been in your stream watching, the amount of like love you get from the chat. Like last night, someone dropped 10,000 bits. Like I've never seen that emote for that thing ever.
Neither.
Like
I still can't actually comprehend 10,000 bits like that as a number. That is mad.
That was insane. And like previous, someone had already dropped 5,000. So that
5,000,
that to me is just the most ridiculous shit I've ever seen. Like, but
it's crazy.
That's a token to you because you bring those people into your stream. You stream every day, and all these people come and watch, and they want to do that to make you happy. That's insane, dude. Like you've built something special.
That makes me feel. Obviously, that makes me feel so special and incredible. But I don't get it. Like I talk to these guys, and I was one of the most generous, the one who dropped 10k bits yesterday. I was talking to him the other day, and I was just like, out of interest, how many other streamers do you show this kind of love to? And he was just like, it's just you, bro. And I was like, bro, like, why me? Why me? There's so many people out there that you could be treating like this, or you could be spreading sort of the love to, more streamers, but he just chooses to give it all to me, and it just blows my head. It really does.
Well, that's the thing. That it's just you're his favorite, mate. Like that's all it is, and there must be a reason.
Couldn't tell you the reason. Could not tell you the reason.
I reckon a lot of people here could tell you. It's not just your accent.
No way.
I think it's the content you produce because you seem like a humble guy, and like I think people just vibe towards you. It's good.
I try to stay humble. I try my best.
Yeah, you've got to. You know what? The first thing people look for in someone who streams and someone who entertains is that humble value or the value that they can give back to the community that they've created.
Yeah,
so that's 100%. The thing And that's why all these people come in here. Like the same reason that people come to you is just that you just got to stay humble. You've got to appreciate the opportunity you've been given by creating a community that will come and like watch you do literally whatever. It's like sometimes I'll do like car building. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like sometimes I just randomly fix a car on camera, and I'll still have 20 people come in and say hello.
Yeah,
Like,
that's so
what is that
nice.
all about? Like,
Yeah.
they don't care what you're doing, bro. You know, and that's why I said don't worry about it too much if you decide to change games, because the real people, like the people who drop 10,000 bits, they will come in your stream every single time, no matter whether you're just sitting there picking your nose or whether you're playing Warzone. It does not matter, bro. It doesn't.
Yeah. Well, hopefully we'll see. Like I said, I've never actually streamed. It's crazy to think that I've never streamed anything other than Rebirth.
Yeah,
Anything
exactly.
ever.
Well, but
So
like I
we'll
said,
see.
a
I
lot
guess
of
we'll
people
see.
like that. So Laura's
Yeah.
going to do a 24-hour stream as well, because she's
Okay.
reached 1,000
Nice.
followers as well.
Congrats, Laura. Love that.
That's it. We're talking to JT, sweet boy. His link is in the chat. We can post that again for you in a sec. I appreciate the kind words, Chris. That's very nice of you, and I write back at you, bro. Chris is one of our friends from over in America. God knows what time it is right there. But I get people from all over the world coming into chat. I think that's the reason, like, I love to stream longer, because it gives everyone an opportunity to come in and say hello. So
Absolutely.
like Australian night time's obviously the best time for me to stream because of work and stuff. But when I stream nights, I stream late and then till early in the morning, because I want to make sure that I can get all my UK friends. I want to make sure I can get all the followers from America. I want to make sure I can cross all time zones in a reasonable manner, so as to, you know, be able to either play games with them or to have them come in and vibe. You know what I mean? So it's pretty cool, like, to do that.
That's why I think a 24-hour stream will be fun, because it will give me a chance to interact with people, all my followers from all over the world.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, and I love. That's one of the first questions I ask people when they follow. I obviously say thank you for following, and I usually ask them where they're from. And more recently, I've just been hearing more. What I was thinking of doing, I was talking to my mum about this the other day. I want to get a huge map on my wall, and I want to
where
like
everyone is coming from.
put a pin in sort of like the country if it's a new follower from there, because I think that'd really sort of paint the picture to how worldwide it is at the moment. It's crazy.
Yeah, that's crazy. And like, well, look, Bob just said, like, Bob's from you know, East America, and I brought him into your stream the other night, and he hasn't left. Like,
Bro,
he's keeping you tabbed up,
Crazy.
like, right now in anticipation for you to go live. Like, he's all over it, man.
I was talking to Bob actually last night in my stream. I was saying, when people raid, sometimes obviously you get followers and they'll hang around for that stream, and that's always nice, but then you might not ever see them again. But what I appreciate about, like, Bob is a perfect example. Bob's been, ever since you raided me the other day, Bob's been in my chat every day. He's been incredibly generous with bits and donations and subs. He's been such a great person, just a great person to have in the community, you know, and I appreciate you for the raid, because that's what it does for me, and I love it.
Well, that's the crazy part about that.
Bob's
is
a great
because
man.
I met Bob in Rav's chat, you know, and
Right.
we both were talking there for days and days on end, and then we both are now VIPs in his chat.
Yeah.
Because every single day, that's where we meet up. Like, we head over to Rav's stream and we hang out there, and that's where we just like chill with all our friends. And then, like, everyone has now crossed over, so people from Rav's chat are now in my chat and vice versa. And like, I go into his chat now, I see people from my community that I've never seen in there. Do you know what I mean? Who are just like, oh my God, this guy's really cool. And it's the same is going to happen to you. The only issue, obviously, for me and for our community and your community is the time zone difference. But I mean, it's a lot of us are just, you know, staying up at all hours anyway. So especially during COVID, no one has a sleep pattern. So everyone's just kind of on all the time.
No, I don't have a sleep pattern right now.
That's it. Sweet Boy's got a question for you. He's going to ask
Hit me. Any
to
questions?
you now. Yeah. So what is your question, Sweet Boy? We'll get you in. 4 hours or so.
Today? Yeah. I stream every day at 6 p.m. UK time, every single day.
It's about 3 a.m.
What time
for
that is
us.
for you. That's crazy.
3 a.m. Yeah, that's insane. But I mean, you know what it is. Like I said, it doesn't matter what time anyone streams. If I like their stream, I'm getting there. if I can. Like
Appreciate that.
if
I
it's
do love seeing
possible.
adsy in my chat.
You
Do
do.
love
Are you,
it.
you go nuts? I'm
Oh,
like,
100%.
it's just I
100%.
don't feel like that's it's crazy. Anyway,
Can we talk about the clip from the other day and
oh
the
yeah,
raid? How
we'll get to
crazy
that,
was
bro.
that?
Fuck, we
How
did that was sick.
crazy.
Sweet Boy wants to know how long you've been streaming for overall.
How long have I been streaming for overall? So I think the best way to judge that, other than if I go back through my text or something and find, I don't know, text with my friends talking about it, I think I'm at like I'm a 7-month subscriber in my own chat. So I've been an affiliate for 7 months,
Yeah.
and I got affiliate in about a month. So probably just over 8 months I've been streaming for in total.
Yeah, nice. That's not that long, dude. 1,000 followers in 8 months is massive.
It's crazy. And I remember when I was trying to get affiliate, I didn't even know if I'd get 50 followers,
Yeah.
At the time, I thought that, I'd struggle to get that. Obviously, got my friends and family to all follow, but
Yeah.
I didn't think that, random people who I didn't know would actually want to come into my channel and follow and hang out. But
Mate,
here we are.
when I first started,
Crazy.
I couldn't even get 3 fucking viewers. Like, honestly, like it was the most
Well,
difficult thing.
I had to text my friends before I started my stream. And I was like, boys, I need you to lurk for me. I'm sorry. Like,
Yeah.
and they probably got really annoyed me. They're not all Call of Duty players either. And they just, and they did it for me. They're great supportive friends, and they would just have me on their phone in the corner or something. And that was what helped me get
Yeah.
affiliate.
Yeah. My dad used to do it for me. Like, he used to come in and like hang out and just fucking. I'd be like have like one viewer. It was my dad, and he was in the other room.
Yeah.
Like, it was just like just like playing Call of Duty. He's like, I don't understand this game at all.
Starts though, right? That's how everyone starts. Now look at us now.
What's the thing is, the first 50 followers is the hardest, I think.
Yeah.
Especially if you don't have obviously if you don't have other connections on Twitch already. Like, I had a couple of people who I followed, like that I supported, but I didn't expect them to follow me back. I never asked. Like, it wasn't something that I was going to be like.
Connections.
Yeah, like I was never going to go in their chat and be like, "Can you follow me?" Like, that's, do you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, 100%, 100%. I've always been a big fan of Twitch. I've always spent time on Twitch, but before I started streaming, the only people I would watch would be the huge streamers, your Nick Mercs and all the big ones. But now it's the complete opposite. I never ever spend any time in big streamers anymore. I'm always in smaller streamers trying to help out or just make new friends, grow the community, and
yeah,
I mean
exactly.
that's how I met you. Like what I actually do is I have a little routine schedule thing up on my wall up there, and I dedicate 2 hours a week on a Tuesday and Thursday to what I call networking.
Yeah.
So just going and finding other cool streamers like yourself, and here we are because and hanging out, and and I never used to. I'd always only ever sort of tune into the streamers who are sort of like more my followers or anything like that. But now I like to go and I like to go and find new streamers and obviously not all of them are interested in sort of showing the love back, but like yourself, like you were, and I've now got a great friend out of it. So that's one of my biggest tips to sort of just to newer streamers is go and network, go and find and grow your community for sure, because I've met some great people because of it. And what I'm saying is not to go into, don't ever just go into someone's chat and be like, hey, I follow them, hey, I stream, can you follow me back? Like that's absolutely not it. Go and show support, go and show love, and the conversation might end up getting onto whether you stream or not. And 80% of the time they will sort of follow you back. They find out you stream and they'll follow you back. But if they don't, for example, and I love the vibes in this person's chat, that's then a target for me for someone to raid. So while they might not have known that I stream, but then I'll go and raid them sort of 2 days later, and the community grows. If you're always raiding the same people and we all sort of just like mutual common people, that you won't grow out of that. But
see, I find that
raiding new.
Yeah, that's very prominent in the Australian streaming community, where they all raid each other, right? So my followers are always going to be the Ravs followers always Obliterators followers, etc., etc.
Yeah,
Because they always
100%.
raid each other. Okay.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
like,
yeah.
and I look, don't get me wrong, I love going and raiding the boys all the time. Like I do it on the regular basis. At least once a week, I'll raid one of the boys just
Yeah, no,
because.
me too. Still, me too.
Like I wanna show my community, like my
Your boys, the
community
love. Yeah,
is still their community, but I want to just show the love and take, when you come in with a raid, it's like, oh, hey mate, how you going, kind of thing. Like it's a cool way to say hello to your mates, like give them a bit of love. But at the same time, like you always want to be raiding someone who you think is going to benefit your community in a different way. Do you know what I mean? So like,
absolutely.
I do a thing like when I finish a stream, I like to raid someone who's playing the same game, usually, or so, like because we play a variety of games now. So say on a Tuesday we play Minecraft, and then at the end of the Minecraft stream, I'll go through who's playing Minecraft right now. We'll spend like 5 minutes doing it, and if people decide to leave during that time, they don't want to do it. That's fine. I don't care about that. What I care about is trying to find someone who my chat's going to relate to, so that we can vibe with them for like, I usually stay in their stream for an hour, like, and we vibe and like we hang out, and then
you'll see their face in your chat.
That's what I mean. And then that's how you grow your community, and that's how they grow theirs. So
yeah, 100%.
that's a cool way to do it, right? I met a lot of people in here right now. Like I met Laura, like a week or so ago, who we just had on prior to you. Literally by doing that exact same thing. I played Fortnite for the first time ever. I was like, this game confuses me, but I'm giving it a go.
I was watching you.
Yeah. And then I was like, I'm just gonna raid anyone, and I'm just looking through, I'm like, oh, she looks really nice. And I stuck in her chat for like an hour, and I subbed within 30 minutes. Like it was just like, it was just so much fun. And now her community is here, and my community is there. Do you know what I mean? We've made friends for life.
It's just the community is growing, and that's why people always talk about like my community. It's not my community. It's like our community, and it's just like we all share the same community, and that's how we grow, together.
Yeah, exactly.
So I never like to say it's my community. People say, "Oh, Josh, you've got a real good community." It's like, it's not my community. Like that's a combination of lots of people's communities.
Yeah.
We're all growing at the same time together,
Well, speaking of, I mean, look, we just have Son of Neptune come in with a party of 8. Like and I met Neptune. He's a Warzone streamer as well from America. I met Neptune through Blazing Waffle, who's another streamer, and I met him through another stream that I was in prior to that, like ages ago. So like we all have become friends, and we all play together now as well. And now we're all in the same communities together. It's crazy, like. You know what I mean? And the love he gives us all the time. Like he's had a couple of weeks off because he was ill, and what the first thing he does is raid me. Like that's what it's all about. You know what I mean? I was in his stream today as well already, just watching him. He's playing Valheim, like just running around having a good time. That game is wild. Like
it does look pretty fun. That's something I want to actually play. Yeah.
Yeah, you like it, and it's a grind, that game too. Like there's a lot to do. It's similar to like, have you ever played Warcraft? Like the World of Warcraft?
I haven't. I never got around to that.
It's one of those games you get lost in for 8 hours and not achieve anything. Like it's just, it's like that. Like Minecraft's the same. Like you'll start building something, then you'll be like, I need to do this. No, I need to make this. And then like 10 hours later, you're like, I did nothing today. But it was hilarious the whole time. Like we were just having fun,
Oh, I can spend hours playing Minecraft.
Yeah, and that's it.
Like Minecraft marathons with my boys in the past, just sitting up all night playing Minecraft.
It's so good, and you should stream Minecraft, man. It's such a vibe, and you find so many new people. Do you know what I mean?
Maybe.
Like I thought I'd never played Minecraft until I started streaming it. Like I just got a recommendation. I said to the chat, I was like, "What game should I play?" And they're like,
"Oh, did you play it for the first time on stream?"
I played it for the first time on stream. And they're like, "I'm like, what game should we play?" We should play Minecraft. All right. So I loaded in Minecraft, and me and Kalu, who's one of my mods, who's Irish. He was like, oh, look, I'm really good at this game. I'll show you how to play it. And so we just spent like a whole stream just learning how to play it. And now it's on my regular schedule. I play it every single Tuesday. Like we building like you've seen the streams. Like, we're building all this stuff for the community. It's hilarious, dude.
Crazy what you're building on the Minecraft world.
But it comes out of nothing. Like I don't plan it. Like I just say to the chat, what are we building today? And I just build it. It's like, and it's fun. Like,
but not everyone has the ability. Not every streamer has the ability to be able to do that. I don't think. Like That's why you're a good streamer, because your community will be there. Some people's community wouldn't be there if they're just building random stuff on Minecraft. It's not entertaining, but people just
Yeah.
love being here because they love the vibes in here, But not everyone's got that, I don't think.
No, I
It's a
agree.
rare
I
trait to
agree.
have.
I think it's fair to say. Like, I mean, but the other thing is, if you're a gamer and you are, and I think any game that you wanted to get good at, people would watch.
Maybe. Yeah,
That's,
it comes down to, do I want to grind this game? Do I want to get better at it? I'm waiting
yeah,
for the new Halo to come out. I'm waiting for the new Battlefield to come out. Then I'm going to grind those
I'm
games
pretty
for
keen
sure.
on Halo. I'm a big Halo
Very
fan.
keen. Big Halo
Yeah.
fan. Huge Halo
Yeah.
fan.
Were you one of the people who played it originally?
Oh yeah, I played all the Halos. All of the
Yeah.
Halos, yeah.
What was your
All of
favorite?
them. Halo 3. Can't go wrong with Halo 3, right?
Yeah. There's a
What was
lot of
Reach?
Halo fans.
Reach was one, right? Reach was good.
Reach, yeah. I Halo, the
What's
original
yours?
Halo was my favorite.
The original, yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
I might have been. I don't know if I think I played it, but I don't think I put hours into that like I did the other ones. I was probably before my time, maybe.
Yeah, no, it was definitely me and my mates after school would literally just sit there and play it for hours, like every single day. Like I'd get in trouble from my parents because I wouldn't come home from school. I'd just end up at my mate's house. We're just playing games. It'd be like 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock at night, and like my mum be
No
like,
homework's been done.
like no one had mobile phones, right? So she didn't know where the fuck I was, and she'd be like, where is he? And so she'd call all my mates, like mums, like on their landline, and be like, "Oi, is it your house?" Like, and then end up and be like down the road somewhere, just like hanging out. But we were just like playing it for so long, and like you wouldn't even know what the time was because he was having so much fun.
Absolutely.
Like we went through legendary mode on Halo 1 that many times. Like
all the skulls. I got all the skulls on Halo 3. Yeah, did all that.
So good. I literally played it through.
Can't wait for the new Halo.
I played Halo 3 from start to finish on stream the other day.
Oh yeah.
Like I did it on heroic solo and just like jammed it the whole game from start to finish. Took I think 8 hours and 20 minutes to get through. So
is that it?
8 hours 20 minutes. Yeah, and actually, you know what? There was a few parts where I got stuck for a while. Like, and you'll see it on stream in the VOD. It's just so funny. Like, I was just being getting killed every time. I was tilting pretty hard at some points. So I had to like walk away for a minute. Like, but it's one of those games that you can play it now. You can play it 10 years ago. You can play it in 10 years time. It'll still be as good.
It should still be a classic, won't it? 100%.
Yeah, 100%. Oh, Pit Slayer. I'll see you next time, mate. Pit Slayer is one of my IRL friends as well. He's also a mechanic, so I used to work with him back in the day. So he's out. But thank you so much for coming in, dude. Appreciate it. So the other question I always ask streamers and stuff is like, I mean, obviously it's hard to tell where this is going with the streaming, right? You know, you hope that it goes well and you hope that it, you know, eventually ends up in something awesome. But is it a full-time thing that you would love to do? Like if you could financially do it, like it would be the dream, I guess.
If I could financially do it, I wouldn't blink twice. 100,000,000%. I'm so passionate about doing it. It still blows my mind that I would, if I earned absolutely nothing out of Twitch, I would still do it, because not only do I love playing video games, but I love the interaction. I love making new friends. I love the whole community vibes that you get. So if I didn't earn a single penny out of it, I would still do it, put as many hours into it. It's crazy to me that I actually do earn money out of it at the moment. If it ever got to the stage where like I could do it as a full-time job, that would be a dream. Like I would be living my best life for sure. But realistically, at the moment, as I said, I'm still living in the south coast of England right now in Brighton, where I was at university. My tenancy runs out at the end of this month, and I'm moving back home to London with my parents. And my parents aren't like over the last few months, as sort of my streaming sort of picked up, I've had to try and sort of explain to them they don't understand streaming. Basically, they're very old fashioned and old school, and
different generation.
They still don't understand that I can make money out of it. But and my dad never used to be happy with me, you know, playing Xbox for more than 2 or 3 hours a night.
Yeah, 100%.
So then obviously, you know, and what I do now, sometimes I'm sitting there playing Warzone for 8 hours in a row, and my dad probably, even at my age, wouldn't be happy with that. if
No,
I've got to try and sort of
figure it
teach
out.
them. Yeah, I've got. I don't know, but what realistically, what's going to happen is while streaming's going relatively well for me, and I'm still I'm growing at the moment.
Yeah,
All the time that I'm growing, I don't see why I should stop putting as many hours into it. When if things ever like plateau out and or they dip and it doesn't go well, then my degree's not going anywhere. I can then go and get a job that
yeah,
will pay the bills. But what I'm looking to do when I move back home next month is probably get like a part-time job somewhere
yeah.
and carry on trying to put as many hours into streaming as possible because I love it. I'm very passionate about it and I love it.
No, 100%. I agree. It's like when I was a kid and I was playing video games, my parents thought I would just like go square eyed and have a brain injury.
Yeah,
Like honestly, like
100%.
it's because I would just play it so often, and like it was just my passion. Like gaming, like I'm a big book person. Like I'd be reading a book, playing a video game. Like I'm always in front of something, like whether there's a screen
Yeah,
or anything it might be. Because
yeah,
I'm the kind of person that thrives on knowledge, right? I love learning new things, but at the same time, like it can be like my brain works weird. Like I don't like I take everything in that I can all the time. Like when I'm working on cars, I'm listening to podcasts. Like most people be listening to music or the radio. I'm listening to a podcast or an audiobook. So I'm trying to learn.
right.
Like I could take in 70% of what I'm listening to, while I'm working because my job is so like robotic to me now because I've been doing it for so long. And it's just like
Yeah,
it's just second nature. So that gives me an opportunity to learn. So I'm always trying to learn new things all the time. And that's
that's cool,
probably
man.
why I can talk for so long because I always have something to bring
You're well
up that I've
educated.
thought about
Yeah,
it. And that's the cool part about that. Like, but yeah, I think it's funny that you say that about the parents not understanding because my parents, like my dad is a computer person. Like he loves computers. He's a musician, right? And he's
right.
creative and all that kind of thing. And mum was always trying to get me off these things. She's like, get off the thing, get off the thing. And then
Yeah,
my dream as a kid was always like, hey mum, wouldn't it be cool if I could make money playing video games? And she's just like, that's not a real job. You have to get a real
yeah.
job. Like, and now I'm on Twitch and I'm making money playing video games.
Right,
And my
right.
and my parents are just like, he actually fucking tried. Like it's actually a real
Yeah,
thing. Like, and my parents watch these podcasts. Like I have
nice.
like obviously with the YouTube channel now we're posting everything to YouTube. And my
Cool.
parents watched it. My grandfather called me the other day, and he was like,
Yeah,
"I saw your YouTube
love
channel.
the podcast.
I watched all your podcasts." I was like, "Really?" Like, and he's just like,
Nice.
and my grandfather's like 85.
Yeah.
I think he's 85. I'll probably get that wrong. He'll probably watch and be like, he called me really old. And then, I didn't think that was something he'd be interested in, but he's like one of those people, he just thrives on knowledge. So he was just so excited just to watch something different and watch me in a different way. And like, that's kind of cool, right?
Yeah,
That
that's
you
cool.
can
That's nice.
incorporate your family in something. It's like so random. Do you know
Well,
what I mean?
my mum's been since I've expressed my sort of interest and passion to her about streaming. She has been supportive and she has been interested in learning about it. What's kind of scary is I wasn't actually live the other night when she was around some of her girlfriend's house, and they were all around the table, and obviously she just having a catch up. Probably ended up talking about me a little bit. She ended up she ended up pulling my stream up and just like showing like her girlfriends like, oh, this is like this is what he's doing at the moment, and that's kind of scary to me that at any moment that's another thing with Twitch is you never know who's watching. Like all
Yeah.
you see, unless you physically click on and look at the users in chat, which is not always, convenient.
I don't think I've ever
All you
done that to
see
be
is
honest.
yeah, neither do I really. All you see is the number, and you never actually know who's tuning in. It's like I got someone messaging me the other day, like a long lost friend, and he was like, "Oh, I tuned into your stream the other day," and I was like, "Bro, like it's crazy to think that at any moment anyone could be in your chat," and you always kind of makes you like
Yeah.
double think what you're saying all the time. I'm always raging in a Warzone and slagging off teenage kids on Warzone, and to know that my mum was sat around the table with her girlfriends with that up is kind of
Yeah,
scary
he's just
scary
called
thoughts
that
to be honest.
person that. Like
Yeah, I was calling them all
that's
sorts.
yeah, and I'm the same too. Like it's not, and you don't plan it. It's the heat of the moment. Like your brain just loses it. You're
Oh,
like, oh,
100%.
this fucking, it just
Oh,
starts
all
off.
sorts come out.
Yeah,
All sorts of
and
words
you
come out my
say,
mouth when I'm
yeah,
playing.
you say things that like again, if you said it in the real life, you get arrested. Like you just do like, I'm
Yeah, yeah,
sorry, I
yeah,
didn't mean to call you that. Like,
yeah.
but
100%.
That's the cool part. I love that.
Oh, I love it. I
I
love
mean,
Twitch.
yeah, the other thing I wanted to ask you, and this is another thing I like to ask people because I want to learn more about you, man. Like, you know, I want to
Yeah.
learn more about you and about why you do things and where you come from. Are you like someone who has taken on like different things in life, like hobbies and interests that are just really weird? Like, is there any weird hobbies or random things you're interested in life that you want to share with us? Like, I know everyone has something weird
Weird. I don't know
or
about.
different, like
I don't know about.
unknown to others. You know what I mean? Like a
Let me have a
sport
think about that.
or a
Well, okay. Well, at sport, I'm a huge. I don't know if you guys call it soccer or football. I'm not upstate with the Aussies.
we
What do you
call it
guys call it?
both. It's both for us because we
Okay,
have a
so
very
for me,
mixed culture. So it's like some
okay,
people call
so
it
it's
soccer.
football. It's football. It's football and nothing else for me.
Yeah.
But I'm a huge football fan. Football is my life. Like I've
Who do you
played football my
support?
whole life. Big Arsenal fan.
Okay.
Unfortunately, it's tough being an Arsenal fan, but I am an Arsenal fan.
Why? Because you're
Um,
always winning, or
we're always losing these days. The reason that my young self started supporting Arsenal when I was, what would have been 03, 04 was the
yeah,
season. So however old I was then, 6 or 7 or
The
something.
Wenger days, huh?
Yeah. Well, it was the Thierry Henry days, and
Yeah.
Arsenal were the best team in the world, one of the. And I was a little glory hunter. I thought I'll choose Arsenal, and I've been an Arsenal fan ever since. And now it's shit.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
but I'm just incredibly passionate about football. I've always played it throughout my whole life. I've played football to some level. I'm always watching it. I schedule my routine around, like without fail. I watch every single Arsenal game. I watch big football games. Um,
Yeah.
I want to go into coaching in the future. Like that's something I aspire to do. I do really enjoy working with children.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so for me, a big aspiration is to be a football coach for a Sunday, a shitty Sunday league team.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter the quality of the team, but that would be something that would really inspire me for
I did a
sure.
little bit of coaching back in the day when I was like younger, like maybe like
Yeah,
12, 13 years ago when like, you know, when I was sort of like in my like early teens. I used to coach like
right.
young kids, like soccer or football or however you call it. Um, I I was a referee as well, so that was one of my things I used to do. I used to
Yeah, I'm
referee
a
for
referee as well. I'm a
yeah.
qualified ref as
I used
well. Yeah,
to do state league for New South Wales, so
nice.
that was what I used to do when I was like that was my one of my first jobs. Like when I was
Yeah,
14, I started refereeing, and I refereed until I was about 22, and yeah, apparently I was pretty good at it. like so,
yeah. Referee's fun. Every
uh,
aspect for me of football is fun.
yeah, but like that's the thing. I never was a big football fan myself. Like I wasn't a good player. I didn't play very well. I didn't really watch it. Like my parents. So my dad's a massive West Ham United fan.
Okay.
And my brother followed suit with that, and he's a massive football fan as well. Like he watches every game. Like
Yeah,
every he watches the Premier League highlights like it's like the news. Like, do you know what I mean?
yeah.
Like
Me
he
too.
watches it
Me
every
too.
single time. But for me, like
Yeah.
I was never into it. I'm more of a rugby league fan. So like I was always watching rugby league, and like because my grandfather was really into rugby league, so he kind of got me into that.
Yeah,
And, th-
rugby's good as well. I like
and
rugby.
that was more of a passion for me. Um,
But other than football, I don't think I have any like weird hobbies as such.
yeah, I
Like
know
I'd
it's an
say that
offshoot
my two
question.
passions, yeah, my
Yeah,
two passions I would say are football and gaming.
just goes hand in hand,
The
doesn't it?
main, yeah, like the main two, the things that I invest all my time into for sure.
It's just passion and competition. That's what it is.
Yeah, oh yeah, absolutely,
It's a reflection of
absolutely.
your character,
Yeah,
like the things that you love. Do you know what I mean?
yeah,
You
hundred
can
percent.
just tell that that's the way it is. Like, and that's kind of cool. I like that.
Yeah,
Um,
for sure.
Laura has requested a question.
Laura's got a
So
question.
Laura's got a question for you. She's going to type in the chat for us, and we'll see what that's about. Hopefully, it's
Well,
an
I really
interesting one.
appreciate Laura. It was part of your raid the other day, and just it was the love that so many of your community showed to me, and obviously like a lot of you guys saw how close I was to 1,000, and I was like, I remember 5 minutes before you raided it, I was maybe like 20 followers away, and I was thinking, yeah, maybe we'll get it either tomorrow or the day after.
Yeah,
Um, and then you guys raid, and obviously like some of you your followers like followed me, but then like people like Laura were going into her like Discord servers and promoting me and stuff, and it was just so much
yeah.
love, and I really
She shouted
appreciate
you
it.
out on Twitter.
Really? Did she
Yeah,
actually?
I think so.
I
Yeah,
thought she just shouted me out on Discord. I didn't know she'd shout me out on Twitter.
yeah.
That's crazy. I really appreciate that. I really do.
She loves it. Eh? Her question is, can you please play Fortnite with me and ads?
Can I please play Fortnite with you and ads? The thing is, I am down. I would be a bot. So I used to play Fortnite all the time when I was on controller, and I was really good at it. I used to be really good at Fortnite back when it first came out. I've now moved to keyboard and mouse. I play all my games on keyboard and mouse. It took me a
Yeah.
while to transition from Call of Duty on controller to keyboard and mouse.
Difficult, yeah.
But I think going to play Fortnite, I would be a complete bot. But I would still have a lot of fun playing with you guys for sure.
Yeah, I mean, like, it's more about
For
just
sure.
the absolute vibe we could have. Like,
Yeah,
it would be
for
so
sure,
funny.
For sure.
Like, this is what I'm actually really keen. I'd love to get some Warzone games with you. Like,
Oh, me too.
just just even if it's like just to like, you know, have a bit of a laugh. Like, you know,
Yeah, for sure.
I tend to when I play, I try to like I am a little bit like sweaty when I play. I'm not gonna lie. Like I like the competitive nature of the game.
Me too. Me too.
And I get angry at myself when I fuck up. Like it's like one of those things
Me
again.
too.
Like
100%
it's
I'm the
just
same.
yeah. I've seen you play as well. I like see a lot of you and me when that happens. Like I'm like, oh, that's what I would have said. Like you know, that's what I would have done.
Little rage.
And like, and you always
raging.
you look back on the play and you go, I could have gone this way and I could have
Could have done it
this.
better, yeah.
I could have
That's how you get
reloaded. I
better,
had the
though,
wrong gun
sure.
out. You know, it's just if it's heat of the moment. Sometimes you just don't think of the things that you think about afterwards. But then
But yeah, and that's what makes you a better player. That analysing those situations, and you'll get better for sure. I've
That's
definitely
exactly
improved a lot
right.
over the last 5 or 6 months.
Oh,
It's the amount I play it so much.
it's one of those games. The more you play it, obviously, the better you're going to get. Like, but
Yeah.
if you're not improving, you should change games. Like that's the glory of the beast. Like, especially when it comes to this game. Like, I find that I have a week off and I suck. Like, it takes me and like a whole stream just to get back on. Do you know what I mean? Like,
Right. No, 100%.
you can't have a day off of this game.
100%. If you have a day off, you feel like a robot for the first half
You
an
can
hour.
play, you
of,
play like a half an hour, and you're just like, wait, I've forgotten how this game works.
My chat will tell you that it takes me 5 or 6 games every day. Even though I play every day, it will take me 5 or 6 games every day to get to prime JT on the keyboard and mouse. You know, I'll be a bot for the first few games. Not always. Not always.
Do you ever do
ideal.
like warm ups or anything like that before you stream, or you just jump
No,
straight
I don't.
on?
I actually don't. I probably should. Sometimes what I find, I do play offline with my friends sometimes, but what often happens when when I do that is I get burnt out really quickly. Like I do struggle to play more than like 4 or 5 hours of Warzone sometimes. So if I'm, doing offline games with my friends before, then I really like it'll get to the last few hours of my stream and I'll be like, I'm not enjoying myself right now. I need to get off. Because I don't want to be like,
Yeah, 100%. I get that. What's with all the G Fuel? I gotta ask. Like, what do you have an obsession with G Fuel? Like, you're always talking about G Fuel, like, and it's all above you there. Like, you're always on the G Fuel. You know what I mean? It's just one of those things you've always incorporated into gaming, or
Not at all. Not at all. It's only kind of recently. I think I just try. I've always been like when I'm playing, I like to have an energy drink. Like I feel like I'm, I like to be alert and wired to the game. But so I thought, fuck it, I'll try some G Fuel, and kind of just got hooked on it. And it's just like, yeah, I don't know. I don't know really. I do. I'm a big fan of it. That's all I can say really. It does work. It works well. Like when I drink G Fuel, I feel like I'm inside of the game. Like I feel like I am that person, and I'm
just
but
hard to be there.
a dream of mine would be to be partnered with G Fuel. I know that's a very, very ridiculous dream, but
Oh mate, look, it's anything can happen, but you don't know. Like, some of the biggest streamers in the world have this. They do. Like, and G Fuel is a massive company, but you never know what's down the corner. Like, you could, by the end of next year, you could have 10,000 followers. You could be up there. Like, you could.
Don't know about that.
You don't. Well, you never know. Like, it depends on growth.
Well, I never would have thought I would have got to 1,000. So yeah, who knows? Who knows?
Exactly. Like, I mean, are you a big coffee fan then as well, or?
I do like my coffee. Yeah, I like my coffee.
Yeah.
I don't like to. I'm not like. I drink it all. I'll have one a day. I'm not like the people who just drink coffee, or I can only have one of those G Fuels a day because otherwise my heart won't thank me.
Yeah, that's true. Some people can handle the caffeine though. Like, you know how you see some people have like 6 coffees a day and they don't move?
Yeah,
Like,
no. But then that's the problem is you don't want to get like desensitized to the caffeine.
yeah,
Um,
you still want the effect.
I feel like I've only sort of been like a caffeine drinker in the last few years, so it's still kind of like it affects me. Like it hits me. Caffeine will hit. If I have a cup of coffee, I'll feel it. If I have a G Fuel, I'll feel it. I don't want to be at the stage where if I'm not drinking caffeine, I'm not feeling human. That's what some
Yeah,
people do. Some
yeah.
people drink coffee just to feel normal, which is I don't want to get to that stage.
That's me.
But
That's totally
yeah,
me.
yeah, yeah.
Like
That's a
if
lot of people. To be
I
fair,
start
that's
my
a lot of
day
people.
and I feel like if I don't have my coffee, I can't start my day. Like
Right,
that's
right.
but you know what? It absolutely has no effect on me, the caffeine now. Like I can have a coffee right now, I'll go to bed in 10 minutes, I'll be fine. Like there's
See, if
no
I couldn't. I have to be careful of what I'm drinking before I go to bed. Otherwise, I'll be up all night shaking in bed.
yeah, no, it doesn't have that effect on me at all. But I find actually, I found the G Fuel has more effect on me when it comes to like being hyper and like, switching on and stuff than it does the coffee. So like a nice
Have you
drink.
tried G Fuel then?
Yeah, yeah, I've got it on the shelf here as well. I
Oh,
got
okay.
I got the gummy fish, I think it is.
Raging Gummy Fish. Yeah, I
Yeah,
had
that's
that.
the one. Yeah,
That's one
yeah.
of my ones up there as well. Yeah,
But the
yeah.
last one I had was a phase berry. I think it was. That
Okay,
was
I've
it's
tried Phase, but I've not got one of those. But
not
that one was
bad.
kind of bland for me. That was kind of a bland one.
Yeah, well, they're the only two I've ever
Listen,
had, so I'm not sure. I just
next
buy
G
one
Fuel,
tub a go, so like
next G Fuel you get, listen to me, okay? Hype sauce,
hype
hype sauce,
sauce.
okay? Hype
Can
sauce. You're
can
not gonna you're
someone
not
can
gonna regret
someone
that.
DM that to me? Hype sauce.
Hype sauce is the best G Fuel flavor out there. I've actually run out of it. I need to go and get another tub of it.
Yeah.
So good.
Wow. Well, I'll take that
Raspberry
under
lemonade
advisement.
raspberry lemonade if you like that.
Oh yeah, no, I think I've had that before at the gym or something. Like it was just like
Yeah, very good.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, look, I mean, there's another question for you. Exercise wise, what have you been doing? Like, you a sports person? Like, you play sport or whatever, or
Yeah, so
yeah?
I play football every week.
Mm.
Obviously, at the moment it's the off season, so I'm not actually playing football every week at the moment. But for the last 4 years while I've been at uni, I've been in the university football team. We
Yeah,
train every Monday. We play games on Wednesdays. Um, I've always been into the gym as well. I like to keep myself fit in the gym.
yeah.
Um,
Well,
so yeah,
hell,
that's football's my cardio, and I go to the gym to try and keep in shape.
yeah. I'm really struggling without the gym at the moment. Like,
Yeah, well, me
it's
too. When they closed the gym down in the UK for COVID, that's when my whole routine, my whole not just like workout routine, but just like my whole life routine just kind of falls apart when you take away that sort of working out aspect
yeah.
of it.
I agree, dude. Like, I mean, it's just it's not a unknown fact that when you feel healthier, your mind is more switched on. Like,
100%.
it's also your endorphin levels. Like we get
Yeah,
endorphins from getting a Warzone win. Do you know what I mean? Like we get endorphins from drinking caffeine. We get endorphins from anything like that involves stimulating your mind, your brain, your body. But when it comes to the gym, it's so important like to sweat out your problems a bit.
hmm it
Because
really
it
is.
really does provide yourself with a really good mental state if you really do exercise a lot. And I find after I go to the gym, I just feel happier. Like,
Yeah.
I feel happier in my own skin. Like nothing really bothers me too much.
Yeah, everything else just the way I see it is everything else just kind of like falls into place when you're in that sort of zone of or you're in
Yeah.
that routine of working out. When I was in second year university, I was probably in like the worst like mental spot I've ever been in before. I had no regular, like I wasn't working out regularly or anything like that. And the biggest tip that I can give to anyone struggling with mental health issues for sure is to get some kind of regular like routine whether it's cardio or lifting weights or something. Just keep active and you have that regular routine. Everything else will just kind of like fall into place and you'll feel better about yourself and you'll feel better about everything really, I think.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. Like now that I'm not going, like usually I would do like 30 to 45 minutes on a treadmill and then I'd hit the
Yeah.
weights for like 40 minutes or whatever. I'd spend like an hour and a half at the gym. And like that was my routine. I do that maybe once or twice a week. Like I don't go every day. Like I can't go every day, like because I obviously have a very busy schedule with work and
Yeah.
all this kind of stuff. But and I'm just doing a million things at once, and it's for me it's not feasible to go every day. But I'd maybe go like on a Monday because I usually have Mondays off. So I'll be able to go on a
Yeah.
Monday during the day when it's quiet, get your routine in, you won't be disturbed, that kind of thing. And then maybe like a midweek, like to just like reset my brain for the rest of the week. Like, and
Yeah,
that's
100%.
yeah, it's just so good for you, man. And I can't
But you've
stress
still
that
got that
enough.
routine. It hasn't got to be every day, as long as you've still got like, if it's 3 times a week, Monday, Wednesday, Sunday.
Dude,
I've always liked to do a Sunday morning cardio is always nice to
yeah.
do.
Because you can get out and about and just run with nature, and
Absolutely, absolutely.
it's nice to breathe air. It's like,
One of the yeah, that's what I mean. Being when you're a streamer, for example, it just involves like I have to sit here with my you see my curtain behind me over there.
yeah,
Like that's always closed because the sun like will just be shining on my monitors and I can't see anything. So
yeah.
I'm literally sitting here in a cave with no sunlight sometimes for like 8 hours. It's so important to actually make sure that you take time and
Yeah.
get out of the house and get some sunlight and
Well, that's the same thing with me. Like, that's this curtain behind me here. Like, it's just I have that one closed all the time, like no
yeah,
matter
me
what,
too. That
because
never really opens that
no,
curtain, to be honest.
that's it. Like, and now with COVID restrictions in Australia, because like we're literally like confined to our houses pretty much. Like, we can leave the house. Obviously, say like essential things like groceries and petrol and or whatever we need to
Yeah,
do, right?
and that was like us last year.
But you can only go to work if you're essential, right? And we know
Yeah,
half of us don't even know if we're essential or not. Like, we
yeah.
have, there's
No one
no,
really knows what essential means.
yeah, there's no like clear guidelines as to what is essential. It's like a blanket rule for a certain amount of people, and then the rest is kind of like, well, if you think you're essential, you should probably go, but if you're not, you should stay home. It's like, well, you know, fixing people's cars is essential. I don't know. Like, but now they say for me, I can't.
Arguably,
Yeah, well, that's the thing. Workshops are open, right? So you can take your car into a workshop, no problems, get it fixed, no problems. There it goes. But my business is mobile mechanics. So like
right?
we go to people's households and service
Yeah.
their car there, and that's not allowed. So
Okay.
at the moment, 90% of what I do is not allowed. So I'm literally just going to other workshops to work for them in the meantime. Like I'm picking up jobs like that in order to like just sublet stuff, like in order to like help people out and just like fix people's cars like for them, like because a lot of them have lost employees and stuff due to different bits and pieces where they'd be like, one of their employees has like a vulnerable person and they don't want to go to work,
Right.
or
Right.
or like they've moved, they can't come back into that certain part or LGA or whatever. Like it just depends, but yeah, it's just a fucked up situation.
It's a
Like,
nightmare, right? It's just a nightmare.
Laura was saying you guys had like 28,000 cases or something. Like,
Oh, the UK. I went out clubbing the other night. Actually, it's crazy. Like,
oh really?
the first time since
Wow.
COVID. Yeah. They opened up clubs, and my friends booked some tickets, and we went
Wow.
clubbing, and it was so surreal to sort of to be there in a packed room. I never thought I'd see it, but yeah, the way the UK handled the whole COVID situation, in my opinion, is poor. But
Yeah.
I don't want to get too political,
No,
on
no,
your
no, no,
stream.
no. We'll
But
push it back. I get it. I want to ask too, like, music wise, like, now we're talking about concerts. Like, what music? What's the thing that gets you going? What do you listen to?
I listen to. I'm not. I've always been disappointed in people for being so close-minded with music. Like a lot
Yeah.
of my friends only listen to one specific genre or only a few artists. Or I really do listen to a wide range of genres. I think I mentioned to you you can see my poster off my wall actually, right there. That's my all-time favorite band. Sticky Fingers are actually Aussies as well.
Yeah. Yeah. I
Um,
listened to them when you told me about it.
I love Sticky Fingers. They're amazing. But I listen to rock. I listen to hip hop, rap. I listen to house music. I listen to like D&B. Um, I'm just the older I get, like the more like open minded I am to. While I won't like listen like in my own time to classical music or music I don't listen to, country music or something like that. Music I don't listen to all the time. I can still sit there and enjoy it. If the music's good, then I can sit there
Yeah.
and enjoy it. But yeah, I've got like different playlists on my Spotify, and it all depends on what mood I'm in. I can sit there and listen to old school rock, modern rock, and then
Yeah.
I can mix it up, and I can be listening to house music the next day, and I'll be vibing with it.
100%. 100%. So what was the best concert you've ever been to?
I've been to a lot of concerts. Wow, that's a tough one.
Top
Best
three,
concert.
top three.
Top three.
I'll make it easy for you. Make it because there is a lot of good ones. I mean, that's a hard question because I have a lot as well. But top three for you.
Okay, so I did travel up to Scotland to see Sticky Fingers,
Yep.
and they're my all-time favorite band, and that was a great time. So that would be in the top three for sure. My dad's a big rock music fan, so he's always, and my brother's never really been into rock. It's only been me, so I've been to a lot of rock concerts with my dad. A special one for me was I saw Green Day at the Emirates Stadium, and the Emirates Stadium is the home of Arsenal, my football team. So not only was I seeing like one of my favorite bands in Green Day, but I think it was the first time I'd actually been to the Emirates Stadium as well. So that was a special moment.
That's awesome.
Do you know who Limp Bizkit are?
Yeah, of course I do.
I love Limp Bizkit. Funny story about Limp Bizkit. I was kind of young. I was probably about 15 or 16.
Yeah.
And we got tickets and my dad always used to get tickets for like the seated areas, but I managed to convince him to get standing tickets for Limp Bizkit.
So good. I've seen them live as well. They're fantastic.
I managed to, they're amazing. And I managed to convince him to, can we please get, reasonably close to the front? I'm trying to have a good time here. And we were sort of like nearest, not right at the front, but nearest the front. And there was a song where he made everyone like lay down on the floor before.
He does that every gig.
Yeah. What's the song called? What have I got? What song's called?
Is it Rolling that he makes people do that for?
No, it's not Rolling. It's the one that's got like the I can't remember.
It's from Chocolate Starfish. I can't remember what it was.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
But yeah, like he makes everyone lay down on the floor, and before like a huge like mad crazy guitar solo where everyone jumps up and goes fucking crazy. So the story is that like my dad, my dad's probably one of the older people in the mosh pit. He's struggling to get down he's barely on his knees, and we all jump up and go crazy, and someone ends up shoving my dad into the back of my head. And I'm gonna turn around. My dad's like, it's all going crazy. My dad's just standing there. He's like, "Oh, my eye." And I'm like, "Dad, you all right?" And he was like, "Yeah, I'm all right." Little did I know, he came into my room the morning after, and he had this huge black eye that I'd have given him from someone shoving him into the back of my head. But that was real funny.
But that's a memory you'll never forget, eh?
That was him retiring from the mosh pit, he told me.
That's so sick.
Yeah,
dude.
that was probably one of my favorite concerts as well. Just experiencing that. But yeah, I've seen Bob talking about Creamfields as well. That's a festival in the UK. It's a house music festival.
Oh yeah.
And it's a 4-day one as well. And I'm a big festival. I love a festival.
Yeah.
It's just muddy vibes in a field, no showers, but it's just like, and I find if it was a rock festival, it's probably a bit more aggressive and angry. But when you listen to house music and you go to these festivals, everyone loves everyone.
Yeah.
It's just a big vibe, and you listen to all your favorite DJs, and all the best house DJs in the world are there. And you're just having a great time. You meet new people. You just lovey-dovey of everyone. It's just great vibes, and that's probably
so nice. Eh?
If that counts as a concert, then yeah, that would definitely be up there as well for sure.
100%. No, I grew up listening to rock music. I was with my dad as a musician, so like my dad has always been in a 60s rock band since I was like born, pretty much. Like he's been doing that for like 20-30 years. Like he loves it, and he actually has an album on Spotify now. So it's just even cooler. Like I'll have to put it up for you, but
do it.
It's for me. I grew up listening to that, but when I was a young teenager and to like now, I'm a massive heavy metal fan. So I've been into every single heavy metal gig that has been to Australia. I've been there. Like it's like one of the things I got to look forward to. Like you'd mark it in your calendar the next gig you go to. Do you know what I mean? Like,
I love gigs. They're the best kind of nights, aren't they?
Yeah, that's how I would get like through the year. Like I'd have everything planned out in intervals of what gigs I was going to. Like like my favorite band is Parkway Drive, and like they're like a heavy metalcore band from Australia, and they would do a tour where they'd start like in Brisbane, which is like Queensland, which is north. and then they travel
Yeah.
all the way down the coast, the east coast, and I'm obviously in Sydney in the
Nice.
middle. So I would go up to Brisbane, and then I'd follow them in my car
Travel down with them.
all the
Nice.
way down for every single gig. And then when I started following, they weren't that big. So they used to do high schools and stuff. So like high school halls and like, you know, community centers and that kind of stuff. Whereas now they do stadiums.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So
But
it's
they're
like,
the best kind of. I prefer being in the smaller arenas.
of course,
Just, you know,
it's more
it's more
personalized, you know, like
yeah, 100%, 100%.
it's like when I was in the States, I saw one of my other favorite bands, Ginger. It was like another heavy band, and they played. I had never seen them before because they'd never come to Australia, right? They'd never done a world tour. They've always just done North America and Europe, North America and Europe. They'd never come south. So like I was like, you know, I went on a big trip to America. I was like, I have to see them. I can see that they're touring that time. So I planned my trip around seeing them. Like, so I planned, so I was originally going to go East Coast first. I was like, no, I'll go West Coast, then East Coast, because they were playing later in New York City. It's like, I have to go. So I went, and it was like one of the best gigs I've ever had. I met all these people there. Some people were Australian that I met there, which was weird, because it's not an Australian band. It just happened to be an Australian people there. And I was like, we just happened to find each other. It was really cool. Like, went out afterwards, got like really, really hammered. It was just
Really
like a
drunk,
massive
yeah.
fun. But the crazy part about that is as soon as that tour was finished, so that tour finished like a week after I got back, they announced an Australian tour like 4 months later.
Way.
And so I actually went to the Australian tour as well, and I got a VIP
same
pass. And like I got the VIP pass, and I went in and I had my North American tour shirt on, even though I was an Australian. And then they were like, "Oh, you know, how cool is this? Like you were in North America for our tour, and now you're here, and you live here, and we're here." Like, and I did the VIP pass thing. It was so cool. And
that's cool.
The crazy synchronicity of it was that when we were in New York, the drummer had his birthday on the same day that we were in New York. 6 months later, it was the guitarist's birthday on the gig that I went to. So like I didn't even know. Like, so we crossed off 2 birthdays in the band at the 2 gigs that I just apparently had to go to. So like, and it's just like, that's like the weird, but that's a thing that you'll always remember. Like, it doesn't matter, you know, even though it was my favorite band, I was excited to see them. I got to share something with them in 2 separate places.
That is cool.
And that's all. You'll never forget stuff like that.
Pretty crazy.
It's
That is
fucking
crazy.
awesome.
That is crazy.
Dude, we've been talking for like an hour and a half.
Pleasure.
It's
been a pleasure, bro.
It's a fucking vibe. Like, I really appreciate meeting you, man. Like your
me
vibes,
too.
your vibes and your community reflect mine, and I love that. Like, we're like,
100%.
you know, it's always gonna be awesome. If you guys haven't checked out JayTeeee, make sure to check out JayTeeee. You'll be streaming in what, like 3 hours?
Probably more like 2 now, actually. Yeah, 2 hours, two and a bit hours.
So if you guys are going to be still up, if you're in different countries, or if you're in Australia and you're going to stay up because you're in lockdown and you're bored, head over to JayTeee's channel. Plays Warzone, is an absolute vibe. Please, everyone, right now, go give him a follow.
Really appreciate all of the follows, by the way. It means a lot. I appreciate all of you.
Do me a favor, dude. If you have any other socials, please post them up in our Discord in the socials section. So there's a section for posting your socials. Post all your socials in there, and everyone's going to follow you on all platforms. If you go live and you want to let us know, dude, just post it up. Go self-promo. Like, that's what it's there for.
Appreciate that. Thank you very much.
We will.
Bob, legend Bob
there.
is. Can we just shout out Bob, by the way? What a guy.
Yeah.
Great vibes from Bob. I love him.
Bob's a beast.
Not a bad word. Bob's
Nah, and that's why I gave him a mod badge.
I feel bad that I was calling him Buble.
It's like, we all call him that originally. Like, we didn't know his name was Bob, but we just call him Bob. Like, his actual name is Rob, but like it's Bob to us. And look, you know, we talk all the time. We game together. It's awesome, dude. Like, it's a fucking legend.
Well, listen, I would love to get some games in with you soon,
dude. We'll definitely tee it up.
One of us will have to put up with crazy ping, but we can work that out.
Dude, I'm all about it. I don't mind. Like, I'll cross out. I'll just put that exit lag on, and I'll come to you.
But anything, I'll jump in the Minecraft world soon as well and have some fun.
We can meet in the middle. We'll just exit lag to LA together and just play.
Yeah, something like that.
100 each, like you know, whatever it might be.
I think LA is more like 170 for me. So
I think it's 148 or 150 or something around there.
Yeah,
like
we could do LA.
LA's
not bad.
Not bad.
Nice.
All right, well, dude, like it's been a fucking pleasure. We will be catching you
absolutely.
stream again.
I really appreciate you having me on your show. Thank you.
You'll see more of this community, bro. I
love
promise
that.
you that.
Me too. The other way around as well.
100%, 100%. All right, well, we'll talk to you soon, dude. Thank you so much.
Yeah, absolutely. Enjoy the rest of your stream, and I'll talk to you soon, bro.
Will do. Cheers, bro.
Love you, chat. See you soon.
Bye.
Bye.
Fuck yeah. The Zilla Batch Podcast, episode 3. Hey guys, did you enjoy that? What do you reckon?